Welcome into Warriors Today by Chat Sports. I am Harrison Graham, and coming up on today's show, we got some trade rumors, plus Anthony Slater, who's covered the Warriors for a while, has a bit of an outlook of what the next few weeks and post-trade deadline could look like for Golden State, so stay tuned for that as well. But first, if you love the Dubs, if Golden State is your squad, then like this video. Show us how much you want to represent Golden State this season. Hit that like button if you love the Golden State Warriors. Let's talk about Alex Caruso. Could he be a potential trade candidate for the Bulls? Or that a potential target, of course, for Golden State? NBC Sports Chicago says that the Warriors have been prominently mentioned in trade rumors for Caruso. Here's Casey Johnson of NBC Sports Chicago saying that the defensive-minded guard would be a plug-and-play reserve and closer for virtually any playoff contender or any team serious about making a playoff push. Golden State has been one predominantly mentioned rumor. The Knicks, who have been scouting the Bulls closely as of late, are another team on which to keep an eye. And look, Alex Caruso is one of those players that he really fits on every team because he's a great perimeter defender. He's a good enough shooter. You kind of just plug and play, and you are good to go. Now, he hasn't shot the ball like this throughout his entire career, but this year he's shooting the ball really, really well. Now, it's smaller sample size, less points per game, but the efficiency is there, and he's an excellent defender. Really good one-on-one defender, can play within a team defense as well. He's a top 5 defensive guard in the NBA. Now, stay tuned. The Warriors could be a team that actually does not make a trade before the NBA trade deadline. We'll kind of take a look at that outlook from Anthony Slater, like I mentioned, but Alex Caruso, I think if you want to trade low for a guy, he is someone that I think would be worth bringing in. Now, should the Dubs trade for Caruso? What do you guys think? Type Y for yes, type in for no. Get your votes in down in the comments. Should Golden State trade for Alex Caruso? All right, let's get to Slater's kind of reporting here and kind of break this all down here. Anthony Slater of The Athletic saying, quote, those in the know do not expect a loud trade deadline. So it kind of sounds like it'd be a small deadline and then, something after the fact as well. So stay tuned for that. So we'll kind of break this up into 4 stages here. Number 1, backup center is something that Golden State could be interested in. Jakob Poeltl, Kelly Olynyk, a couple of guys that Slater proposed as some, smaller name trade targets. Poeltl's a solid player for San Antonio. He's been linked to trade rumors. Kelly Olynyk's a guy who can stretch the floor, play some decent defense as well. Poeltl probably going to get a lot of money in free agency, so you could probably treat that as a rental. I don't think he'd be a guy you'd have long term. Olynyk under contract for another $12 million next year, which isn't too bad if he's giving you decent minutes off the bench. Now, the question is either player worth a short-term rental? I would almost be more intrigued with Olynyk because you'd have control over him through next year as well. But is Draymond Green going to play some small ball 5? Probably. Kevon Looney's going to play there. Now, James Wiseman hasn't given you anything, obviously, but that is something to consider. I'd like to see this team add another center, but it all depends on what the price is. Now, Rocket Money, speaking of price, if you want to lower your spending, Rocket Money is going to help you do that. Go download the app today at rocketmoney.com/NBA now. Are you wasting money on subscriptions? 80% of people have subscriptions that they have forgotten about. Maybe for you, it's an unused Amazon Prime account or a Hulu account that never gets streamed. This great app that I use, it's called Rocket Money, formerly known as Truebill. It helps me keep track of all of my expenses, and because of it, I no longer waste money on subscriptions that I don't even use. This app will show you all of your subscriptions in one place and then cancel for you what you don't still want. With Rocket Money, you can even find out that you were paying for subscriptions that you didn't even know about. To cancel a subscription, all you have to do is press cancel, and Rocket Money will take care of the rest. So download the app today. It's rocketmoney.com/NBA now. Don't spend extra money. Save money by using Rocket Money. It's rocketmoney.com/NBA now. All right, number 2 here. Golden State wants a versatile wing over another big. Slater had this to say: the Warriors have greater interest in adding a versatile multi-positional wing than an extra big per those sources. Assuming health, either Draymond Green, Looney, or both will be on the floor in almost every relevant playoff minute. So the priority would be able to add an adaptable rotation option who could upsize and downsize depending on what Steve Kerr is using at any given time. You think of like Otto Porter last year, right? What he was able to give this Golden State basketball team. I definitely think that type of player is someone that Golden State could use. So Slater proposed a few guys here. Jalen McDaniels from the Charlotte Hornets. He's someone that could help fill that role, come off the bench. Think of a guy like Darius Bazley, Oklahoma City, starting to really hit its stride. And if Bazley, is kind of squeezed lower into the lower part of the rotation, he could be a player. Rui Hachimura has been connected to trade rumors. He could give you some of that 5 as well. Obi Toppin for the Knicks. If you wanted to do a swap with New York, he can kind of give you some stretch 4-5 as well. I don't think you want to play Hachimura or Toppin at the 3, but they can kind of, give you some positional versatility on this basketball team. Now, what is the bigger need for the Warriors? Type W for wing or B for big? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below. Now, never miss a video here at Golden State Warriors Today because we're bringing you the latest Golden State news, rumors, trade buzz leading up to that NBA trade deadline. So go ahead and subscribe right now. It's youtube.com/WarriorsTV. All right, point number 3 from Slater. Kuminga, Wiseman, Moody likely aren't going anywhere. Here's what Slater had to say on that. Joe Lacob has been explicit in his desire to thread the needle and asset manage this franchise into a never-ending window of relevance. These are the downsides. Inherently, a trade deadline rentals negatively impact the long term for a bump in the immediate. The Warriors aren't moving with a desperation to maximize the present. This is also why Kuminga, Wiseman, and Moody remain likely to be with the Warriors beyond the deadline. They aren't actively shopping their 3 recent lottery picks, according to those sources with knowledge of the Warriors' thinking. That isn't to say they couldn't be moved in the right deal, but a rival team hoping to obtain them would be searching to get Moody or Wiseman on a bargain, and the Warriors aren't in sell low mode. And that's probably the case, right? Golden State this year hasn't, certainly lived up to expectations, but this is still a team come playoff time that can make a run. But also, you're not going to trade low on James Wiseman when what's his value right now, right? What's Kuminga's value right now? Moody's value? Like you'd be getting pennies on the dollar, so you might as well hang on to those guys. Now, if one of those guys is a throw-in for a bigger trade, okay, that's different. But I'm not trading James Wiseman for a second-round pick. Like that's not a needle mover for me. Okay, one more here. Profile as a buyout team more than a trade team. Golden State, when it's all said and done, maybe they make a minor trade or two, but reality, they might find more impactful players on the buyout market. Rudy Gay, Eric Gordon, a couple of players that Slater mentioned. I think both would be nice additions, especially Gordon because he can handle the ball and shoot the ball really well. Rudy Gay can give you some ISO scoring as well, as he's been able to extend his career as a bench player in San Antonio. I would love either of these guys if they were to get bought out. And Eric Gordon was on those Rocket teams when they were battling with the Warriors deep in those playoffs, so he would have a chance to maybe join on board and potentially chase an NBA championship. So keep that in mind as we get closer and then potentially after the NBA trade deadline. All right, guys, if you made it this far in the video, that makes you a real one. So type real one in the comments, real one, roll call. If you're a real one, let us know down below. We'll see you next time here at Warriors Today.